Carol, I wanted to comment on your discussion board post about the conversation between Sarah and Christina. And this is, it sounds like either between two friends or between like Sarah playing more of a counseling type role in this moment. And there are a few things from Egan's text that I want to bring into light. I'm going to focus specifically on how it applies to chapter 5. I was just digging into that chapter a little bit more and wanted to explore that and how that would fit better in this situation. Each of the chapters have so many great things that can apply to this, but I want to emphasize that. So in chapter 5, it starts off talking about it's all about empathy and empathetic responding, working at mutual understanding. And so that is a huge piece that is missing throughout this dialogue between Sarah and Christina. It starts off, Sarah, open-ended question, beautiful. How are you feeling today? Um, and then Christina just dives in. Like there must be quite a bit of rapport between the two, I would assume. And then Sarah misses misses the empathetic response, answering, well, if he broke up with you, then there must be a reason. So completely missing any variety of empathy and looking more towards just logic in that point. But in Egan's text, it talks about subjective empathy and objective empathy. Subjective empathy being like imagining what it must be like and empathizing from that place. So they didn't describe it exactly like this, but it's kind of, going in the other person's shoes. And that does not sound like that is happening in this conversation. It sounds almost more directed towards blame, or there must be a reason. You must have done something wrong. Would probably pop into the mind of Sarah or of Christina. Like, what did I do wrong? I must have caused this. Those sorts of things. It doesn't necessarily say exactly what went wrong, but and then objective empathy, kind of like what a counselor has learned from reputable sources and research. It's a little bit more theory based. So even if Sarah was having a hard time connecting with Christina on the level of like, wow, kind of, I feel for you, even like understanding objectively, like, okay, this has been a major upset in her life. Like, this has to be a difficult moment. Even her just expressing or being open to express how she feels terrible and how she feels just, yeah, whatever it is behind that my boyfriend just broke up with me. So she's missing both of those types of empathy, which kind of envelops the overall ball of empathy. And then in chapter 5, it also goes on to talking about the basic formula of expressing empathy. And this could be really helpful for Sarah to learn and to step into. Because after that statement of, well, he broke up with you, there must be a reason, Christina says, what do you mean by that? Are you implying that he broke up with me because I deserved it? That's what jumps to her mind. Like I said, that would be kind of a normal response to that. But then Sarah says, maybe or maybe not. I'm just saying there must be a reason. Do you think you can learn anything from the situation? So she doesn't even quite have the problem. I think it's in chapter 2. Egan talks about how to be able to move forward and create solutions. You need to like take the problem, understand the problem. Stage 2, understand what your ultimate outcome is, what you want to see happen. Number 3 is like create an action plan. Number 4 is implement that action plan. And she's not there at all. She's just jumping, jumping real fast. But in the basic formula of expressing empathy, he simply wrote like it takes saying you feel dot 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 because dot dot dot. So right off the bat, Christina says, I feel terrible. My boyfriend just broke up with me. Wow, you feel terrible. I mean, this is like very almost parroting if you do exactly this, but wow, you feel terrible that he just broke up with you. That must be really difficult. Or even, I don't know that that's the perfect response, but just that even you feel terrible because he just broke up with you. It's just really simple formula that I think could be really helpful for her. And then they do add in this text as well, be sensitive in naming emotions. Um, let them name some of the more difficult ones. You just kind of open the door to letting them name it. So clearly here, Christina doesn't feel listened to, and she even states that. Sarah is looking in all the wrong directions in how to go about this. But just starting with basic understanding of empathetic listening, and empathetic responding would be really helpful in this situation. So thanks, Carol. Hope that's helped.